that you're doing well. Let's start with the EFA and CFA. EFA is Exploratory Factor Analysis and the CFA is Confirmatory Analysis. If you're exploring your factors for the first time, then all you need to do is go for the EFA first, and then you can validate your scale. But in case if the scale is already been developed or you're using some standardized scale and you want to confirm it or you want to translate it and you want to validate it on your population, then the best way is to do is the CFA. Let's try for the EFA first. Suppose that you have a data. For example, I have this data, CPC1 till CPC12. These are the 12 items that belongs to the compound psychological capital scale. This is item 1, item 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on till item 12. Now, all you have to do is go towards Analyze and go for dimension reduction since it's a factor analysis. Place all your items in the variable view, shift it like this, and go for the descriptives. Now, this your option that you have to click is KMO and Bartlett's test of sphericity. This is a test of sample adequacy. It will tell you if your sample size is adequate enough to run further analysis regarding the EFA or not. Press continue, go for the extraction. Over here, you are not going to change anything for now. And you are going to let the software decide how many factors you want to extract or how many factors the software extracts based on the eigenvalue. The eigenvalue, the most common criteria is 1. And for the iterations, I would suggest that you do it for 100. Press continue, go to the rotation, use varimax. If your factors or the components that you are going to extract, you feel they are unrelated, and if you feel they are related, go for direct oblimin. For direct oblimin, in the output, you have to see the pattern matrix, and for the varimax, we are going to see that 2 table will be there. If there is only one factor, then rotated component matrix might not be available. So press continue. Go for the option, suppress small coefficient, because since there's a general criteria of having factor loading below 0.4 is considered a bad factor loading, and you have to exclude the variable, or either you have to rephrase your variable, rephrase the item, rephrase the content, and then you have to collect the data again and do the further analysis. But for now, all we are going to do is suppress the value at 0.4. Press continue and OK. Now, this is a table, and as I was saying, that we have a scale whose components are being 1 or less than 2. Rotating component matrix, this one, it won't show. If we have at least, this only shows when you have at least 2 components or 2 factors. Let's see over here first. This KMO Bartlett test, the significance should be 0.000, which means your sample size is adequate. KMO, it should be 0.9 and above. In terms of this, as you can see, component 1, the eigenvalue is 7.4. It's above 1. And if you go for 2 components, the eigenvalue drops below 1. So you have 0.97. So all you have to do is you have to go for the first factor only, single factor only. And if you see the variance, it means there's 61.85% variance that is being explained by this single component. A general criteria is to use the components which says that at least roughly 50% of the variance is being explained by the number of components. So it means we can use this one, single component. Now, this is your table, this is your output, and that's being done. Now let's go for the CFA and see if the same structure is being validated over there in the CFA or not. Remember one thing, for CFA, you need to get a new data, because in the same data, if you're going for the CFA, the results will be very, very perfect. Since we do not have the data, all we are going to do is run the analysis on the same data, and let's see how the results show. You can change the interface to your maximum requirement. Now you have to upload your data file. Go for this. This is the function that you have to select. Then you have to go to the file name. Open file name, and wherever the file is available, just open it. And now it will show you that you have 244 sample size and 244 is there. Always remember that CFA will not run on the missing data. If the data is missing, it will show you the error, and then you have to go for your data file, complete the values, come back and run the analysis again. EFA can run the analysis if the data is missing, but the CFA, if even a single value is missing, EFA will not run your analysis. Go for this diagram, and this is a CPC. So we are going as only one factor has been explored. All we have to do is select this one, draw the table, and number of items that were there were 12. So all we are going to do is are going to click it 12 times on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you feel that it's going out of the table, don't worry about it. Just select this function as rotation. This will rotate your table. And if you have to move, select this tetrap over here, go for the width of symmetry, select this one, and bring it over here. Now, this is far better. Aesthetically, it's making a bit sense. Let's see. Over here, this is a factor, single factor, so you can write either a CPC or a complete name. So let's write psychological factor. And remember, you do not have to put a space in between it. Otherwise, the analysis won't run. Close it, go for a variable list. You have to drag the variables in the square boxes. All the variables that you have, they will go there. This will take 10 more seconds, and then we are going to show you. That's it, done. You can close it. Now go for the plugins and name unobserved variables. There you have it. You have E1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 12. Now you have to go for this one, analysis properties. Click this one. Go on the output and standardized estimates. Click on this one. Click on the modification indices. And remember, this one, indirect and direct total effects. This is for the mediation analysis that I'll be covering in the next video. Close this one. And this thing, the piano keys function, which says calculate estimates, press this one. Save your file. Your analysis is done. You see this red arrow, up arrow? If you click on this, you will see the values over here. Go for the standardized estimates. And if you see over here, you will see that no data loading, no factor loading is below 0.4, which means that your items are perfectly loading over here. Let's go for the output. Let's go check if your model is fit or not. You need to, let me show you again. You need to press this one, view text. You need to go for the model fit. And you need to check some indices. These indices are the criteria on which you check if your model is completely fitting or is not a good fit. Chi-square over DF, this is the chi-square, CMIN. This is the DF, degrees of freedom. This is the chi-square over DF. This value should be below 5, which is below 5. GFI, this value should be 0.90 or above, but this is 0.848 only. CFI, this should be above 0.90, this is fine. IFI, TLI, they should be above 0.90 as well, they are fine as well. Now coming towards the MCR, this value should be below 0.1 or 0.08 as per some references. So let's see how we can change, how we can benefit our model. You have to go for the modification indices and you have to see in the MI section which values are the largest. So you could train those two items, two variables, which are generating the maximum covariance. As you can see, E10 and 11 is generating 44.58. So all you have to do is go back to your diagram, click on the down arrow, this one, the gray thing. Then use this one, two-headed arrow, and drag this from E10 to 11. Run the analysis again, view your text again, go to the model fit again, and see your GFI is increasing. Other values are also improving, but that's not relevant because they were already fine previously. For the GFI, the value is increasing, which was our major requirement. Go for the modification indices again. Now see which value is the second highest one, E3 and E4. We can use another restraint on E3 and E4. Use this E3 to E4. Run the analysis again to check 0.897. So if you round it off, it's going to be 0.90, but still, we're not going to lose the margin for the round off. So go for the multiplication indices again, and E2 and E4, it's saying 18.899. So let's use this one and hope that our results will be perfect after this one. Run the analysis again, go for the view text, open the model fed, and yes, GFI is above 0.90. So our requirement is done. Let's see for the REMCI. Our REMCI is also at 0.080. So by using 2 or 3 restraint, we have a good model fit. Our model is perfectly fit now, and we can use these values in the APA table as per the APA format. Let me show you the APA format table. What you can do is what values you can write in them. There's a single factor. Let me show you the table of single factor only. Do remember to take a screenshot when you make your table first or when you do your output first. So you have your initial model. Like I'm generating an initial model. This was the initial model of a different scale, just for the reference, and the restraints that I have used. So I'm going to use both the values in the table, like this one. Then in the model, you have chi-square bracket. In the bracket, you write your DF. This is a chi-square over DF, 1.95. This was the initial values. And your final model, after using the restraints, you can write your final model values. Now you can you can pause your video over here, take a screenshot, or if you want, I can scroll it down and you can use the same references over here, because these references are going to benefit you writing your interpretations. So see, that's where you say that if the factor loadings are less, you need to exclude them. If your factor loadings are above 0.4, this should be 0.4, not 0.04, 0.4. So you just keep your items in there. So as you can see over here, all the factor loadings, they're above 0.4. Let me show you by magnifying it. The values might not be visible over here. See, this is 0.55, 0.74, 0.78, 0.82, and there you go. No value, no factor loading is below 0.4. So if you just go on the arrow, it becomes red. The value along with it also becomes red. And that's all your analysis for the EFA and CFA. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that this is beneficial for you for your research projects and for your exams as well. So good luck.